Lovely to meet you. How are you all doing? Nice to meet you. My name's How are you doing? Hi guys.
I'm number one lady for the role.
Hey. Oh, thank you.
This is Richard Lynch. You're watching ilovelimerick.com, and I can't believe I'm saying this. I'm with one of my idols, an inspiration. It's the Rose of Tralee, Maria. I can't believe it.
Hi. Thank you very much for such a kind introduction.
Well, I mean,
I was looking over my shoulder. I was like, who is he talking about?
I mean every word of it, actually. I added you on Facebook the day after you became the Rose, and like the Rose Tralee is amazing, but it was ironically one of the first times I've watched it in years, and you won it. How did it feel to win it?
I think I'm still in shock. It was great. It's a wonderful honour. I get to represent. I'm fortunate enough to represent 69 other women right across the diaspora, so the large Irish community that we find ourselves in, and yeah, it's just fantastic.
And what do you actually do outside of being the Rose Tralee? What did you do before you became the Rose Tralee?
What did I do before I came? I'm still very much within the role. I'm a studio manager for a fashion brand called Anthropology. So
where?
Many in Philadelphia. Many people in Ireland will associate with our sister company Urban Outfitters. So I run a fashion studio, and I get to shout at photographers and stylists and make sure models are in their place every day.
Wow, that is so funny, because one of her crew set up questions, and one of the questions was to ask her beauty secrets, and I said, no, I want to go deeper than that, but you're actually involved in fashion. You love fashion?
I do love fashion, but I'm a very lazy dresser, hence the reason why I have short hair. I'm fortunate enough that I get to wear jeans, t-shirts and Converse pretty much every day, so this get-up is not my 24/7 get-up, but I do try really hard to make an effort when I'm out and about and representing the Rose of Tralee, but obviously with the twist, which I think anything in fashion, we should always add a little bit of flair.
And you've been all over the place. You've been to Calcutta, you've been to South Africa, now you're going to Belarus. How important was that charity work to who you are as a person?
Yeah, on a personal level, I've been doing charity work with a lot of promoting of young people through Pioneers and No Name Club right for many, many years. So when this all happened, it was just a natural fit to continue on. You know, you align yourselves with charities that affect so many of us, and I'm fortunate to be involved and have those opportunities.
And why the Road Safety Authority?
I lost my cousin in 2009. Her and her three best friends got killed in a car accident, very tragically, and you know, I have the tattoo behind my ear just to remind me of her. Her whole thing was Ladybug. So when she passed, I moved to New York, and I just wanted to bring her story with me. And when this again all happened, the Road Safety Authority reached out because tragically that affected my life, and if there is something I could be involved in to get people to slow down a little bit, then I definitely threw my name to it.
I think you're all about human rights, Maria, because first of all, you're first of your kind, because you're the first Rose that's part of the LGBT community. How has all that been, like being gay and being the Rose of Tralee?
Loud and proud. Loud and proud. It's, you know,
I mean, obviously you don't define yourself by just your sexuality.
Yes, I think, and any, you know, I don't want to speak on behalf of the LGBT community, but certainly myself as a gay person, I identify with so many different things. My charity work, me being a pioneer, hard worker, and everything else, a really confident woman and trying to remain in the business world, and yes, who happens to be gay. I think having a significant other on your arm is fantastic, regardless of sexuality that they are. Am I an example? I don't know. I know that fateful Sunday when the news broke that the Rose of Tralee is gay, but it came back in such a positive light, which I love. You know, the article that was written in the Sun newspaper was so positive, and I hope just young people at home just take a little bit of piece of that and just feel a little bit more comfortable to have a conversation about it. I'm not asking people to run out and say, you know, I'm gay and I'm really strong. I think every gay person comes to a point where they're ready to open up to those around them, and perhaps my story might just help them to get there a little bit faster.
The focus shouldn't really be on sexuality, it should be on spirituality, because I believe sexuality is spiritual.
Very deep on a Friday, aren't we?
No, I do. I really do believe
I agree
that.
with you. I agree with you. I
It's
think
all about who you love, right?
I think for me, I met a woman who happens now to be my ex-girlfriend, but I met her 2.5 years ago, and for whatever reason, there was a very strong connection, whether that be spiritually or the many years ago that we once met. I don't know, but we were drawn together, and that's how it all.
You can't control love.
You can't. No, you can't. As long as it's a very respectful, compassionate relationship, and both of you just have a deep growl for each other, then it doesn't really matter who you sleep beside at night, really, in terms of gender.
A deep growl. I must use that one. LGBT rights, for instance, transgendered rights are really behind in Ireland. Why do you think that transgendered rights are behind in Ireland compared to the rest of Europe?
I don't know, because transgender people is what makes this world so much more fun and creative. I do genuinely think Ireland is a lot more ahead of its time than what we give credit for. I cannot speak behalf of the transgender, but I understand as an LGBT community member, it's amazing how many older generations, those that we think don't understand us, have embraced, particularly me, not only as a Rose of Tralee, but as a gay member in society. And that's what I'm clinging on to, and here's to hoping everything else just follows a lot faster than what we think it has been.
Well, I think gay rights has advanced so far compared to when I was growing up in the 70s and 80s. It's actually mind-boggling. You don't realise how lucky you're out there, LGBT community. It's mind-boggling. But when you have people like yourself that are actually representing the gay community, because you are such a beautiful person. I've been stalking you on Facebook. Everything you do comes from love.
He's a great schmoozer, isn't he?
I'm as serious as a heart attack, Maria. I'm dead serious as a heart attack. Tell me something, like, would you recommend other people to enter the Rose of Tralee and go after being a part of the Rose of Tralee? Because it's for a long time it was deemed uncool, and you're after kind of making it cool again.
Well, I don't know if I made it uncool. You know, within the Rose of Tralee family, it's a lot cooler than people give it credit for outside the bubble. But I think, how do we package and sell it to get people into the bubble? Perhaps people link themselves to me and they say, oh, she's kind of cool and she's short hair and she's tattoos and she's gay, and if she can do the Rose of Tralee, hell, why can't I? Wonderful. If that's what you're linking towards, then I'm delighted to be your friend within this whole great world that we live in. I don't know. I think for me, I decided to do the Rose of Tralee because, like many young women at home, I started watching it when I was 7, when I moved from Boston to Mayo, and I used to watch Monday and Tuesday nights on television, and as I got a little bit older, I understood that I wanted to understand if there was a lot more depth to it, and there is. I always had 2 stipulations. I wanted to represent Mayo because that's where I deem I'm from, and they're the only county that will have me, and Philadelphia became my home, and that was the other thing. I wanted to represent somewhere where I felt most like myself and I was most confident in my body and me as a person, and really Philly became that because I've been living there for 3 years, and then that's just, I said, you know what, why not throw my name in, take it off the bucket list, and see what happens.
And what's next?
And then this happened.
I know. Look, she's here. How gorgeous is she? I can't take my eyes off you. I'm not kidding you either. What's next for you now?
It's the crown he wants. It's just not. No. How about we finish off the rest of the interview?
No, it's your company. I want.
Just wear the crown for the rest of the interview.
This is. My God, do you think I make a good Rose of Tralee too? Yeah. Do you think I would? On a serious note, what is next for you?
On a serious note.
This feels tight on the brain, actually.
It does.
How do you wear that all the time?
Hence the reason why my answer is a little bit more slower. It's a little bit tight.
This is hella tight. Can I tell you people, this constricts the brain. What is next for you in your life?
Next, I'm on day 5 of a 32 county tour. I have 10 more days to go. So this evening I'm in Limerick all afternoon. I head to Clare this evening.
No, I mean in your future. I'm not talking about it next week, the week after. Your dreams, your aspirations. What does Maria want after this?
I don't know. And I'm very much a plan A, plan B, plan C advocacy kind of gal, and then this happened, and it kind of blew everything out of the water. Right up until August 18th or 19th, I am the International Rose of Tralee, and that's what I shall be promoting and being involved in, and all the great things that it has aligned to. And then we'll see. I don't know.
You're a pioneer. Why?
I decided to become a pioneer. My mum's a pioneer. So is
My mum is a pioneer.
Oh, great!
I love you, mother.
Love you too. I hope I meet you someday. And I just, when I decided to make it, when I made my confirmation, like many do, I decided to put the name on and say that I will be doing it, abstain for the rest of my life. And so far, so great. Can you imagine alcohol in this mouth? I would never shut up.
She's a Gemini, people. You got to keep her constantly mentally stimulated. I'd say you get bored very quickly.
You know, but now I'm like a split personality. Maria Walsh, Rose of Tralee, Maria Walsh, you know.
Yeah. So the Road Safety Authority, all the charity work you're doing, your pioneer work, you're just going to work into your future to advance the things that you believe in and you love and you...
Yeah, I do. I like to align myself in things that I am passionate about speaking about, particularly anything with young people. In 2 weeks I go around to some colleges, which is great because I do a lot of question and answers based. I was in a school today in Tipperary, and it became very... I love having question and answers because particularly with young people, because they ask the questions that they want to know the answers to, and it's very, very peer based, and yeah, that's what I'm going to continue on doing and promote whatever I feel most passionate about, and I'm fortunate that given the role that I'm in, I get a lot of cool projects to work on.
Well, this is Richard Lynch. You've been watching iLoveLimerick.com, and I have fallen in love with the Rose of Tralee. Maria, you're a ledge.
Thanks.
We'll see you soon.
Hi. Thank you very much for having me on.
Facebook you. You are now beautiful. Can I have one of those? Can I have one of those? Would you tweet me?
It's an absolute pleasure. Thank you very much for having me.
I want one more hug.
Thank you very, very much
I'm
for
going to be
having me.
Facebooking you. We
Absolute
love
pleasure to
you.
meet you all.
Thank you so much, Maria. We love you. You're amazing. You're amazing.